Welcome. Welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Kristin, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister here. Just want to let you know that we are a radically inclusive and spiritually progressive community, which means everyone is welcome. Everyone. So if you are on a path, or if you're just beginning the walk on exploring your spirituality, please check out our website on what we believe and who we are to see if you're a good fit for our community. We would love to have you. We are here right now 100% virtual, which means all of our offerings are online. We look forward to the day that we can come together again and be face to face. Right now, we are doing the best with what we have. Thank you, God, for technology as we can come together as a community and hold each other and be with one another and spiritually hold each other up to the highest knowing of the best that each and every one of us are. This whole month, we're talking about facing the fear. That is the theme. And learning and discussing what it is and learning ways to be with spirit and with God. God's out there, but God is also running through and in and as each one of us. If we open up and become aware of that, to build that relationship. So I walk by faith, not by sight. And by doing that, that dissipates the fear. And if the fear comes up, then we go into spiritual practice to remember who we are. And we watch the fear dissipate. We're here to love. We are here to be magnificent spiritual beings. We are here to live a life of beauty and peace and live in a world that has justice. So with all of that wrapped up, I welcome you to this month. I welcome you to this service. Blessings to each and every one of you. And here we go, opening our service with Opening Up in Sweet Surrender with Jennifer, Russell, and Michael Gayle.
How wonderful it is to be with you today at Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Jennifer Russell.
I'm still Michael Gayle.
And we're going to open up our hearts in sweet surrender. Please join us. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I'm opening. Oh, and join me by just putting your hand on your open heart, recognizing the divinity within you. I love and adore you, beloved. I am that I am. And let's open our hearts to each other. Oh, how wonderful it is to be with you today. I honor you, I hear you, I see you, and I love you.
We're here in beautiful Morro Bay, California, to say the affirmation and watch otters while we say it. So say it with me. I surrender to the grace of the One, knowing that I am divinely guided in all that I do. One more time. I surrender to the grace of the One, knowing that I am divinely guided in all that I do. And so it is. Good morning, loves. We are here today in beautiful Morro Bay, California. A wonderfully foggy morning. A little bit of traffic in the background, but we're going to pray right over that. And I want you to enjoy, as we pray, the otters. So get relaxed, breathing in and out. Just simply let any sounds in the background melt away, melt off of your awareness. Simply see the otters, see the beautiful view in the distance, see Morro Bay Rock. You can hear the seals in the distance, and the birds, and the otters. And so, let's go into prayer. I recognize that there is only and ever one thing happening, and that one thing is God. That power and presence moves through me, in me, as me. And I'm so very grateful to know this. I know this so well and so confidently in the center of my being that I can speak this word right into this service, into this day, and into each of you. Bring blessings for Reverend Kristin as she shares with us what is upon her heart to share for our beautiful Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. I bless the musicians and the music that comes straight from the heart. Jennifer, Michael, an expression of their true self and love that they have for the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. I bless this technology that allows us to come together in these times and feel at home with one another. That allows me to stand here in Morro Bay filming the otters so that you can share a moment of playfulness. I bless each one of you and your finances, always knowing that you are ever connected to the abundant universe, for your good is your God, and your God is your good, as it is mine. Blessings upon your health. Every single cell of your body is filled with the light and the knowledge and the love of the One as perfect divine health. Take the playfulness of the otters into your life and into your relationships, and what a blessing that is. Your relationships too reflect the love of the One for you. Blessing the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living and all the love that comes from your spiritual home into your home and into your hearts. We bless this. Bless this service and bless this day, because this day has never happened before. So it's unique. And anything that happens in this day is truly a blessing. And so I release this prayer right into the universe as it is filled with the goodness of God in all forms. We bless it, we thank it, we release it. Together we say, and so it is. Amen.
I am a child of the light. I love the light. I serve the light. I live in the light. I am protected, illumined, supplied. I'm sustained by the light. I love the light. I bless the light. I am a child of the light. I love the light. I serve the light. I live in the light. I am protected, illumined, supplied. I'm sustained by the light. I love the light. I bless the light. I am a child of the light. I love the light. I serve the light. I live in the light. I am protected, illumined, supplied. I'm sustained by the light. I love the light. I bless the light. I am.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be with you today. So lovely to be with you and to be in community. Today for me is September 20th, 2020. We all this month with Centers for Spiritual Living, we're talking about facing the fear. And with facing the fear, we are talking about today, do you have faith or are you had by faith? And what that means is, or actually Ernest Holmes argued that faith and fear were two sides of a coin. So if you were had by faith, you were coming from a place of fear. Okay, that flip side of that coin is if you have the faith of God, you are coming from the knowingness that there is only one power, that all things are possible through that one power, through that one presence. And not only is it possible, that there are unlimited possibilities for things to come to fruition. This thing that I know that God isn't a person. God doesn't have feelings. God is not up there casting down lightning bolts to cause harm. That God is everything there is, that it is a good presence. It doesn't take sides or choose that one person is better than the other, that we all have this equal goodness that we can take within us and let that power work through us. And when we let that power and that presence and that love and that balance and that peace work through us and that wisdom, that on the other side of that, we are a shining light that allows people who are in the dark or in bad places to be able to say, oh, there's something more. This isn't the end, that there's something more. And it is not something that we brag about or we go knock on doors and say, hey, this is what I've captured and I have, and it's mine. There's enough for everyone. So I wait until somebody says to me, why are you so happy? Or why are you so nice? Why are you so? And then I'm like, if you really want to know, I'll explain to you the science of mind and what we believe. So in that believing, we don't believe that we need to beg or plead to God for help. And the last time that I begged and pleaded was in 1993 when I had my daughter and I gave birth. My body had some issues, and I actually knew I was dying. So it was just a matter of time. Could doctors save me? Or, was that it? And I remember not believing in God, but it was my last ditch effort where I out loud, with tears running down my face, laying on a gurney, saying, please God, please save me. Save my life so I can raise that baby girl that just came into the world. I'm supposed to raise her. I'll do anything. I would have sold my soul. That's how strong my bond, is. I didn't have to sell my soul. I remember having them put me under, and I was still, instead of counting backwards, I was still begging and sobbing to God. I was not balanced. I was out of whack. I was out of my mind. I didn't know, or it didn't even dawn on me, to pull everything I know and myself that is scattered across the universe and actually bring it all in back to me, back to this body, and recognize how whole and present and perfect and God-filled and fueled I am. I didn't know any of that. So I was in this place of fear. Well, I didn't die. Surprise, I didn't die. And I can remember being so on my knees, surrendering without being on my knees. Not a fun place to be. But over time, I got involved in Science of Mind. Science of Mind, founded by Ernest Holmes 101 plus years ago. And if you're new to this community, it is not something that, was delivered from Jesus out of the sky. He took philosophy and religion and poetry, and took the best of everything from Eastern and Western and brought them together. The things that are the golden rule, the things that were same, just called differently in different religions. Ernest Holmes has this to say: faith is not a superstition. It doesn't require rituals, dogma, or magic to be achieved. In order to have faith, we must have a conviction that all is well. In order to keep faith, we must allow nothing to enter our thought which will weaken this conviction. Faith is built up from belief, acceptance, and truth. Whenever anything enters our thought which destroys in any degree one of these attitudes, to the extent faith is weakened. That's from Science of Mind, page 158. But this idea that all is well, even with chaos flying around, all is well. My faith is built on my conviction and my knowingness of what that one presence, whether it's God or the universe, that my relationship, and that I know that God has my back. So faith is this calm knowingness, that goes deeper than God has my back. It is not something that is a superstition or magic. Faith is something that you cultivate and that over time you build. But the other thing is that if we don't continuously work it and practice, it is not something that stays static. So if I have faith, if I have a strong faith, it is so strong. It's kind of like working out at the gym. I work out. I have this incredible muscle. I'd show you, but it's an incredible muscle here. That if I go, oh, my muscle is so perfect, I don't have to do anything anymore. And then I don't do anything, I lose that muscle. I lose that muscle. The same is true with faith. So it is something that constantly has to be practiced. And you practice it through prayer, you practice it through meditation, you can practice it through song. However you practice, but you need to continue to make it a good habit. So last week I was talking about like a bad habit I can get in 2 days, easy. I got a bad habit. But having a good habit takes practice, and it can get really frustrating, but for me it takes about 28 days. And if I work it and I work it and I work it, and then I continue to keep it up, my good habit is formed. My thoughts in my head changed and are more positive. Everything about it is I'm reprogramming my thoughts. I'm reprogramming my mind. I'm hanging out in this prayerful moment or meditation with my higher self. What happens is as I continue to build these muscles, I build my spiritual muscles, that when something horrific happens in life, because things do, that's what happens in life. There's ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and that's this thing called life. When that stuff comes to me, it really tests where my faith is. And if my faith is strong and my knowing is gnosis, that it is at a cellular level, that everything is possible through God, that I can stand with that, stand in that knowingness and in that love and that beauty and that peace, that as everything else is chaos around me, that I then, from that place of being balanced, then step into, okay, we got a crisis. Make sense? So if my spiritual muscle or my faith is built and strong, when there is chaos, I already almost have a fortress around me that I know that I know. And I come from that place, I'm well situated to engage in that problem. If I just show up and I'm not prayed up and my faith muscle has been weakened, literally when I go into prayer with people, I'm like, you explain to me that you literally feel that you like just broke up in like a million puzzle pieces all over the universe, and you've lost the core of yourself. And when we're all splattered everywhere, floating out there, there isn't any piece of that is in balance. and I almost think like there's no leg to stand on. Like you don't have the strength to go back to that place and come from faith. It takes a while. We do get it. It takes a while for us to get it and click in and go, whoa, wait a second. This is happening, but there is something far greater and bigger that's happening underneath it that I'm going to take the time out right now. Step away if you have to gather yourself up, to have that faith rope or that faith muscle strong. Because that is what guides you, what is there for you when we go through the ups and downs of life. The ups and downs of life. They are inevitable. They're going to happen. Somebody once said to me, I go my lowest low because then I know at some point I will have my highest high. And I go, oh, you're right. And I want to celebrate my highest high. So when I'm at my lowest low, I can remember that there's also the good times. That whatever I'm walking through, that I will get to the other side of that. So your life is your example of your faith. If I walk through life of everything bad always happens to me. Last week I was on this thing about, have you noticed out there that people are surprised when people do a nice gesture? So I had this story all in my head, and last week, and I've been doing it every day. That was weird. When I do it every day is a Karen Drucker song flew into my head. So I started singing it when I get in the car, and I stop singing it when I get out of the car. So sometimes it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes from point B back to point A. But it helps me remember that it is not bad. That regardless of whatever's happening, there's a core of all of this that's goodness. So I start singing, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. And then I go into love. Love is my source. Joy is my source. And I build it. And regardless of how, I'm not a professional singer. I don't care. I sing it anyway. And when I get out of the car and my voice hurts because I've used it in ways that I don't normally, I feel better. I am reminded that that's what I believe, that God is my source and is my power, period. Everything else comes second. But God is my source and God is my power. A couple days ago, I lent my car to my kids because they needed to move something. And I went and I picked it up when they were finished, and I was on my way home from work. And there was like a paper flapping and flapping and flapping, and I just waited till I got home, and it was dark, and I read the note, and it said, I'm so sorry I hit your car. Here's my name and phone number. And I went, I didn't even notice anything because I was ultra focused on something else. I called the woman, and she said, so she told me what happened, and I said, yeah, it's okay. It's just a bumper. Like, nobody was hurt, right? Nobody was hurt. It's all good. And I said, I just want to thank you for leaving a note. And she said, it didn't even dawn on me not to. So last week when I was saying about people wondering about the good, I have really kept my eyes open this week, and I see all the good. There is so much good that is happening through me, through you, through these random people that I'm running into and having conversations with, that through that conversation and just how I take the information in, I absorb it, and then I send it back out, I am being a beacon of light for anybody that needs light. Not to say that I'm extra special. I'm special. You're special too. We're all from that one thing. We all have the equal amounts. The question is, how willing are you to step up, open your eyes, and accept this beautiful invitation to be the light of God? To be the light of God. It's incredible. And people that you interact with, even when, something bad, you could say something bad happened to me, didn't happen to me. It was one of those, it's not victim consciousness. I wasn't even near the car when my car got hit. But I'm taking the time in the moment to say, thank you, Spirit, showing up as the driver, for knowing what to do, for knowing to do the right thing. Whether somebody's watching or not, we do the right thing. And a few days ago, we lost an amazing, beautiful, smart human being on this planet, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And she said, fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. So instead of leading with hate or in an argument, we start from this presence and this power of this all-knowing that my faith is strong, like the muscle on my arm. That my faith is going to guide me and guard me through my life. And when I need prayer, when I'm in prayer, I pray daily. I pray in the moment. I pray unceasingly. I pray that it never needs to go to a place where there's a crisis and I don't know what to do. Okay? We don't need to live in a place in a world where we're always in crisis. Be that light post, not only for yourself, but for everybody else. For everybody else. Be that example. Be that example. And don't forget who you are. Don't forget. And if you forget, call and ask for prayer. You can go out to our website. There are prayer practitioners that would love to pray with you. And that is including me. Because that's what we're here for, is to remind each other and hold each other up in times of joy and in times in crisis. That's what we do. So if you want to share good news, I would love to hear good news. If you have a trauma going on in your life, share the news. We'll get it out there. We'll get you on the prayer list. That's what we do. We hold our knowingness, our gnosis, that strength of faith is so solid, and that we know our prayers are answered. Our prayers are answered just in the asking. So to wrap this up, faith is an attitude of love, trust, and compassion. Practice kindness with everyone you meet. And if you find yourself not able to take a leap of faith or be in a leap, if it feels like it's taking a leap, look within and see what you need to surrender. Once I was going through something so powerfully hard like I have never experienced hard. And somebody suggested me, have you gotten on your knees yet and prayed? And I'm like, I don't do that. You know what? Doesn't matter how you pray. Get on your knees and pray and ask yourself, what am I needing to surrender? Is it my ego? Do I need to be right? What do I need to surrender so I can be so deeply immersed in the infinite. To be in that place where I am facing the fear, and I face the fear with my faith. My faith is so strong that I can walk through anything. And knowing the walking through that there are an unlimited amount of possibilities that can come to fruition to bring whatever it is to close so we can move on to the next thing. How beautiful it is to be on this planet and alive today. I am grateful, 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 grateful. So join me in prayer. You're wherever you are, so just get comfortable. And it's up to you if you want to leave your eyes open or closed. Either way, prayer works. Either way. Benny's just jumping up and he's going to join us in prayer. So how good it is to come together. How great it is to come together in this thing called life. In this thing that is big and vast and beautiful. And knowing that that we are guided and guarded by this thing called God, this thing called spirit, this thing that is called the universe, that is so big and so vast, and is love and balance and peace and justice and wisdom, and that any time we can call to that and bring that forth to us from that one mind, and we too are part of that one. So all of that knowledge, all of that truth, all of that love is available for me right here and right now. And I know it's available for me, so I claim it for you. And I bring that forth. I bring that forth right here and right now. Knowing that we are experiencing life and seeing the beauty where there is beauty. And it's everywhere. I know that our relationships, that what I put out is love, and that loving relationships come to me. I continue to communicate with my family and friends in all these new ways of communication in this time. I take the time and I pick up the phone and I call a friend and just say, "How are you?" And I'm there available to listen. I also know right here and right now that all of my needs are met. That right here in this moment, there is nothing but good. And that good is my God and my God is my good. And I practice and I'm in this space of God is my source. Joy is my power. And it gives me everything that I need. And I always, always, always remember to be grateful for gratitude. Gratitude and attitude. Gratitude and attitude is everything. I give thanks for my body temple, that I know it is working in the best order it knows how to work. That if something isn't working textbook, that my body figures out a way to reroute to make it work. So I can show up with my body temple working in the best order that it can. And if I need to take medicine, homeopathic or medicine like an aspirin, I take that because that too is God. Everything has the presence of the absolute. So in this beauty, in this time, in this presence, in this excitement and joy, I simply release my words into the law. Because I know when I speak out, that the universe, God says yes. And that yesness, that this prayer is already done in the mind of God. So I let it go. Whew, I let it be. I let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Be well. See you next week. Now it's time for conscious giving. What I'd like to say about conscious giving is, in this time where it feels like we want to pull things tight and hold on to things, know that we have this thing called the law of giving and receiving. So especially now, when I'm paying a bill, I say thank you and I send it off in the mail. When I can give to places that spiritually feed me, I give and say thank you. So if you have a gift to give to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, join me in saying this affirmation. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy and confidence and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving as I now share my good with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And if you're wondering how you can give to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, you can send something to our P.O. box. You can use text to give and do it on your phone. It's easy and it's secure. Or you can use the PayPal link as well, also secure. You are loved, you are honored, and you are seen here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. Blessings.
It's been great to be with you today. Let's end this service with something wonderful is happening through me right now. I just invite you to dance with us.